Good evening, folks. Namaskar. Welcome to the Town Hall virtual Facebook Live at Almora. Of course, हमारी audiences we think are more and beyond Almora into other towns of Uttarakhand also or even otherwise. This is a virtual town hall जिसे कहिए Facebook Live for questions and answers only related to the COVID issues, topics जो चिंताएं आपको हैं regarding COVID. हमारे पास एक बहुत ही एमिनेंट पैनल है ऑफ इंडियन अमेरिकन डॉक्टर्स जिन्होंने वक्त दिया है हमें जो आपके प्रश्न या क्वेश्चंस लेंगे सो प्लीज कीप योर क्वेश्चंस कमिंग विदाउट मच अड्यू लेट मी वेलकम मेरे साथ जो इस समय पैनल में होंगे लेट मी वेलकम आवर कोलीग्स इनटू द स्टूडियो प्लीज हमारे साथ right now we have in the studio with us of course my colleague Kalpana Pandey. She is the director of social programs for Imagine India Institute. We have with us Mr. B.S. Mankoti, the president of Uttaranchal Aushadhi Vyavasai Mahasangh, which is the Chemists
Namaskar.
Association of Uttaranchal. Welcome, Mr. Mankoti ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
We have with us Dr. Jeevan Singh Makwal, the COVID nodal officer for the government-based hospital at Almora. And then,
Thank
of
you,
course,
sir.
our doctor colleagues who are the stars of the show today are Dr. Khushbu Chokshi. She is a doctor from the city of Atlanta in the state of Georgia, USA. Thank you, Dr. Khushbu, for joining. We have with us Dr. Samar Mehta, again a doctor from the city of Boston in Massachusetts, USA. Thank you so much, Dr. Khushbu and Dr. Samar. A pleasure to have you. And
Thank
folks,
you.
by the way, this is Facebook Live. Please keep your questions and comments coming. We do have a question coming from Umesh Kumar. Now, our panel can see it on the left. I'll read it. He says, hello, everyone. Thank you, Umesh, for joining it. Hello, तो ठीक है पर अपने questions दीजिए ताकि हम questions का जवाब ले पाएं अभी शुरू में आपके अभी शुरू करेंगे. We have something from Rajesh Singh saying, hello from Uttarakhand, Uttaranchal. Thank you so much, Rajesh. Now, before we move ahead, may I invite my colleague Kalpana to say a few words about this town hall at Almora. So, Kalpana, can you please, for the benefit of our viewers and our colleagues, doctors, can you please a few sentences about this town hall that you led, please?
So thank you, Robinder. So before I tell you something about, welcome everybody. Before I start telling you about Almora, which is very close to my heart, I really want to, thank and welcome the producer and the anchor for the day, Robinder Sachdev. Robinder is an old friend, and he's a very known face in television. Anybody, and he's an expert in international relations. And you can see there are times, I think, in a day, there are 8 to 10 talk shows he's in, taking part in television. Plus, he heads the Image India Institute, and I'm also part of that also. So, thank you, Robinder. And he's the producer, and because of his efforts, we were able to do it. So, thank you and welcome, Robinder. And now, regarding Almora. Almora, you can say, I was telling you, in the state of Uttarakhand, there are three basically main districts. It is Pithoragarh, Almora, and then there is this Nainital. So Almora has, or you can say it's a cultural center of Kumaon region, full of traditions and culture. And even if you look at the history wise, it has a lot of traditions. Mahatma Gandhi was here, and he used to really love staying here in Almora and around. Pandit Nehru was here for many years. Swami Vivekanand stayed here for so many years. So it has got historic as well as cultural. And besides that, सबसे बड़ी बात, the people there, are such warm and good, nice people that once anybody who says who comes to Almora feel that that sense of belonging. It's very simple and good people. That is the best part of it. And so welcome you all to this live show. Or please अपने questions लिख के भेजो, or just anybody who wants to join in. And any case we have any issues, please you can also message us in case you feel that this thing. And we have a few questions ready. So thank you, Robin.
Thank you so much, Kalpana. If I may request, please see There's a little bit of a audio disturbance somewhere, but anyway, we will do the best.
Couldn't hear me
Thank you, sir.
properly.
Now, may I invite Mr. B.S. Mankoti, the president of the Uttaranchal Chemists Association, in a way. आप अगर कुछ शब्द कह देंगे to welcome the doctors, so that, and then Dr. Mapwal भी, just a few words, and then we jump into the discussions, क्योंकि already questions आने शुरू हो गए हैं,
Yes.
and some people are saying also कि कुछ हिंदी में भी, so even I will try some English हिंदी का mix, and for the audiences ऐसा होगा, हमारे American doctors जब English में बोलेंगे जवाब, उस जवाब का रूपांतर जैसे कहें ट्रांसलेशन हम क्विकली हिंदी में भी करके आपको देते जाएंगे, ताकि उनका जो सार है वो आप तक पहुंचे. मिस्टर मनकोटी, आपके ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स प्लीज.
रोबिंदर जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ उत्तराखंड केमिस्ट एंड उत्तराखंड रेड क्रॉस सोसाइटी, I appreciate your this great effort for conducting today's show, and we are honored to have you with us, Mr. Robinder and Mrs. Kalpana Pandey. And thank you very much, doctors from America, the Indian doctors, for sharing your valuable time and your valuable experience with us. And I thank you very much. I welcome all the audience available in this Facebook Live. I hope they will definitely take the advantage of our experienced doctors from America. Definitely. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much, Mankoti sir. While you were talking, some questions are coming in. My comments there on. Thank you so much for people. I want to acknowledge people who are listening so that they stay interactive. Kamal Joshi, Puran, Vijay Singh Bora, Namaskar, Abhishek Bora, K.S. Mangla, Namaskar, Alap. Alap had asked this question earlier also. What's the difference between black, white, and yellow fungus? We will come to a bit later. This can be in multiple languages. So many comments already coming, but let's cut to the chase. Dr. Mapwal, a few welcome words from you before we get Dr. Khushbu for our opening comments, please. Dr. Mapwal.
Hello everyone. I welcome you all to this webinar. It's a very good initiative taken by the Image India Institute. It's a very good thing that we get to know, we get to learn things from the doctors from the US also, and try to, if anything, we can try to implement in our services also. We are, we can take the help also. So I welcome you all. Ask your questions, and we'll try to help you all out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mapwal. Now, let us say, Dr. Khushbu, you have a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes, anything you would want to share, your experiences. There have been some medical kind of questions also which have been coming in, like black, yellow fungus, what's the difference? If you want to maybe highlight that, that'll take care of that question straight away. We have Dr. Suresh Gupta. Khushbu, remember the gentleman, doctor from Washington, D.C., Dr. Suresh. Dr. Gupta, yes. Thank you for joining. Sometime you have to join us also. Thank you. So, Khushbu, doctor, your opening thoughts to share. अच्छा, viewers के लिए जो डॉक्टर खुशबू अभी बोलेंगी 2-2.5-3 मिनट में, उसका हिंदी अनुवाद मेरे ख्याल से हम में से कोई एक कर लेगा. Once she finishes, जो main points हैं. Please.
Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you, all the panelists. You guys are amazing. I want to tell you that, we've felt a very, very warm welcome, and I want to continue this conversation in the way it has been. I will, more than anything, I think this is going to be a two-way street where I'm going to be giving some information of what we learned from here. And then I'm going to learn a lot from you guys over there as well. So this is not going to be just a one-way, me telling you guys what happened and, sort of disseminating. I think it's a two-way street. There's a lot of learning happening both directions in the United States, in India, everywhere. I think the on-ground physicians have done a phenomenal job of taking care of this, just sort of throwing themselves in this flurry of what happened over there in April and May, and they have given their utmost. And I really, really want to honor them for what they've done. I want to thank them, and I want them to know that we are here with you. Whatever you need, if you just pick up the phone, call us. I'm happy to answer whatever questions you have here. We are here with you guys. I mean, I have utmost respect to all of you. To our patients and families, I want to tell you that, I know that COVID, there's been a lot about COVID in the news channels everywhere. But remember, 80% of COVID is treatable at home. You will be okay. It's the 20% that we are worried about. And I think that what is important is to take away the fear from COVID. Once we take away the fear from COVID, I think we'll be able to be, everything will become a lot more compartmentalized, and it will be much more easier to deal with. I think the physicians there, all the support that you guys have, their volunteers, physicians on ground, have the information. I think all we need to do is streamline it so that the people who need help get help as they should, and then the other people who are at home can stay at home and hopefully recover from that angle. I'm going to let Dr. And our other panelists here also kind of jump in and tell us where would be the most benefit of us kind of giving you information, essentially. Dr. Samar Mehta will take the question for the fungus for you, since this is an infectious disease doctor, and I will add my thoughts to it. But other than that, I want to thank you guys for having us. I'm happy to join. I'm happy to give you whatever information I have here, and give you our experiences and add to them. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you so much, Dr. Khushbu. If I may quickly summarize, I think in Hindi, Dr. Khushbu ने ये कहा कि वो बहुत खुश है और अपना अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन जो यहाँ कर सकती हैं, आपके साथ क्वेश्चन ले सकती हैं. वो ये भी कह रही हैं कि भारत में जो डॉक्टर्स कर रहे हैं वो बहुत ही अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, और अमेरिका के डॉक्टर्स एट मोस्ट आपके साथ कंधे से कंधा मिला करके आपके साथ शेयर कर सकते हैं. ये हम सब आपस में एक दूसरे सीख रहे हैं. पर एक इम्पोर्टेंट बात इन्होंने कही मेरे विचार से जो हमें ध्यान रखनी चाहिए, इन्होंने ये कहा कि कोविड की जो बीमारी है इसमें 80% से ज्यादा जो केसेस हैं वो घर में ही सॉल्व हो सकते हैं. तो ये ध्यान रखिए कि इससे डरने की बात नहीं है, क्योंकि 80% से ज्यादा जो केसेस हैं वो घरों में ही ठीक हो जाते हैं. बात रह जाती है जो बाकी 20% है उनके साथ कैसे ट्रीटमेंट प्रोटोकॉल और उनके क्या प्रश्न है, तो वो प्रश्न पे अभी हम आएंगे. Before I move on to Dr. Samar, we are getting lots of questions. एक इन्होंने पूछा, मेरा शुगर 12 years से he's had high sugar and he's having medicines 3 times a day, right? And the level was 275 the other day. One sec, let me see, where is he? I want to. His question is that can he take a vaccine? I mean, he's being treated for blood sugar. His level is 275. Takes medicine twice a day. He's saying, can I take a vaccine? Vijay Bora ji, आपके प्रश्न का अभी हम जवाब लेंगे. But meanwhile, Dr. Samar Mehta, your opening comments, please.
Okay, Shukriya, thank you. I'll just keep comments very brief because I think I see so many questions. Just to echo, same thing what Dr. Khush said. Thank you so much, Rubinder ji and Kalpana ji, for organizing all of this. And really, especially thank you for Mr. Mankoti and Dr. Mapwal. Again, just what Khush said, the same thing, that our hearts are with you, and the ones who are on the ground, both the doctors and chemists and providers, and the patients whose family members are suffering. Those are the people we're thinking mostly about. We're mainly here to support you and to give you our love and our understanding, and to give whatever information that we can share from our experiences so we can learn from each other.
Thank you so much, Dr. Samar. दर्शकों के लिए डॉक्टर समर ने कहा जो भी डॉक्टर खुशबू ने कहा है, मैं भी वही रिपीट करता हूं. मैं वेलकम करता हूं, मैं थैंक करता हूं. हमारे दिल आपके साथ हैं. मैं ज्यादा वक्त नहीं लेते हुए मैं ये चाहूंगा कि अब हम सीधे क्वेश्चन आंसर पे आ जाएं, जो कि आपका असली मुद्दा है. सो व्हाट आई विल डू नाउ इज दैट कि जो भी प्रश्न आए थे जो कमेंट्स बॉक्स में, मैं उन पे जाके अब एक एक क्वेश्चन लेना शुरू करते हैं. ठीक है, we'll start taking the questions from the start. Hello. Okay, now this is a question which has come many times. ये प्रश्न हमारे पास बहुत बार आया है. रश्मि रावत पूछ रही हैं, sir, I had asked earlier, what is the ideal duration between the two vaccines? And why do they extend it from 28 days, which they told us earlier, to 84 days now? So Dr. Khushbu and Dr. Samar, this is a question which has come to us from several people. Why or what is the ideal time gap between the vaccines? तो दर्शकों, आपका जो प्रश्न है कि दो वैक्सीन्स के बीच में कितना समय होना चाहिए, उसका जवाब मे बी डॉक्टर खुशबू और डॉक्टर समर, who would take this question, please?
Sure, I can start.
Yeah.
The truth is हमने मालूम नहीं है. We don't know for sure the ideal duration. And the reason for that, let me explain, because when Dr. Kush and I talk, we have two different ways we can answer. One answer is what we know for sure. You understand, in COVID, there's so much misinformation, there's so much questioning and confusion. And that's not only, that's in everyone, that's even in the experts are confused. So we have to be very humble and we have to understand what we know. So what I can tell you, what we know for sure is that vaccine, the Covishield vaccine, was studied at a 28-day duration. We know that it works at 28 days between the two shots. That is number one. We know that is correct. Do you want to translate that, Robinderji, one by one?
Exactly. डॉक्टर समर ये कह रहे हैं कि असल तो बात ये है कि इस समय किसी भी डॉक्टर्स को ज्यादा नहीं पता है, क्योंकि ये इतनी नई डिजीज है तो रिसर्च पूरी नहीं है, परंतु कुछ चीजें पता हैं. जैसे कि इन कोविशील्ड वैक्सीन ये कह रहे हैं कि 28 दिन का गैप तो होना ही चाहिए. प्लीज डॉक्टर.
Thank you, Robinderji. So, so anyone who's asking these questions, like Rashmi ji, understand that if you ask a doctor, they will give you different, scientists will give you different advice. First, you check, what do you know for sure? So that 28-day thing, we know for sure. It was in a study of millions of people. Second part is it safe to do other things? Because of course we can't always it's not always possible to do the ideal situation. So in this situation, government of India, but also many vaccine experts across the world have agreed that although 28 days was studied, that longer duration, 40 days, 80 days, those likely will work. And that is our guess. It's not for sure, but it's our guess based on other vaccines. And if we extend to 80 days, thinking of government is that we can vaccinate more people first vaccine by waiting longer. So this is a guess, but it's a very good guess that it should be also safe in 80 days.
Thank you so much, Dr. Samar. आपका जो प्रश्न था उसका आंसर इस तरह से है कि पहली बात तो एग्जैक्ट ट्रुथ, क्योंकि एग्जैक्ट अभी एहसास नहीं है साइंस के पास, बट ये पता है कि 28 दिन का तो गैप होना ही चाहिए. अब उसके बाद सरकार जो कह रही है कि 40 दिन या 80 दिन का गैप, वो इसलिए भी कह रही है क्योंकि उनको है कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा पॉपुलेशन में वैक्सीन कवर हो जाए. परंतु अगर 40 या 80 दिन के गैप पे भी वैक्सीन ली जाती है तब भी वो इफेक्टिव है. तो 28 दिन तो मिनिमम है ही, होना ही चाहिए, बट 28 दिन से लेके अगर सरकारें कह रही हैं कि 80 दिन का गैप हो तो वो भी शायद ठीक है. Am I correct, Dr. Samar?
100%. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, now we move on to the next question.
I completely agree with what Samar said.
Robin, there's one question which, I've been receiving it, and a lot of people have asked for it. He says, they were saying those who have just recovered from COVID, so how many days duration should be there once they recover and when they take the vaccine? So I think I've got it from 3-4 sources.
Yeah. Really good question.
And go ahead, Samar, and then I'll add to it.
Yeah, and actually, maybe, really the first person we should hear from is Dr. Mapwal, because those guidelines, WHO guidelines, US guidelines, and even state by state India guidelines are different. So the official answer should come from Dr. Mapwal. Dr. Mapwal, I'm hearing that. Yes, what are you telling patients who've had COVID?
The patient who are recovered from COVID, I mean, they should take vaccine after 3 months. The idea behind is basically कि जब भी COVID हो रहा है तो COVID के बाद कुछ there are some antibodies which are working in your body. So for first 3 months, your body should have that antibody to fight against the another, if you contract another infection. So the time duration, it's like the government is saying after 3 months you can take the vaccine, because up till the 3 months you must be having those antibodies because you are recovered from COVID. And the same thing is also with the this vaccines also. वैक्सीन्स में भी क्या है कि जो डिफरेंट वैक्सीन्स हैं, जैसे अभी जब कोविशील्ड का जो ट्रायल का जो डेटा आया उसमें उन्होंने ये कहा कि ये 2 वैक्सीन के डोज के बीच में जितना ज्यादा दिन का अंतर है उतना ज्यादा जो एंटीबॉडी का जो टाइटर है, जो हमारे शरीर में जो एंटीबॉडी है उतना ही ज्यादा बनी है. तो इसलिए भी गवर्नमेंट ने इसको मतलब 1 महीने से हटा के इसको इट हैज बीन कन्वर्टेड इनटू लाइक आफ्टर 12 to 16 वीक्स. बट डिफरेंट वैक्सीन्स का डिफरेंट वो हो सकता है. अभी इंडिया में करंटली हमारे पास 2 वैक्सीन्स हैं, कोविशील्ड एंड कोवैक्सीन, एंड तीसरी वैक्सीन हम लोग रशिया से मंगा रहे हैं, दैट इज स्पुतनिक. स्पुतनिक जो वैक्सीन है, इसका जो है, इसमें चूंकि जो ये वैक्सीन बनी है, इसकी जो 2 डोसेज हैं वो डिफरेंट रिकॉम्बिनेंट प्रोटीन से बनी है। तो जो स्पुतनिक वैक्सीन अगर लगेगी तो इसमें जो 2 डोजेस के बीच का जो इंटरवल रखा है उसमें वो 21 डेज का है। तो because the both the doses of Sputnik vaccine are different. So when we will be having Sputnik in India, so the time duration between the 2 doses will be 21 days. And with the Covishield and Covaxin, the data says ki the more the time period, the more you will be having the antibody. And this way, I mean, it's all this due
in
to
United
like.
States, the way we look at it, the guidelines that we've been given here, and Summer, correct me if I'm wrong, is that you can take the vaccines within 2 to 4 weeks. Okay, I think 30 days would be sort of in the mid meeting point. And that is for patients who have received, who have not received any antibodies or monoclonal antibody therapies at home, or patients who have not received convalescent plasma. If you have received these 2 things, then you can extend beyond 3 months, which is 90 days. So that is how we do, that is how the vaccines are given here. So even if you got it early, right after 2 to 4 weeks, once all your symptoms have gone, it is not going to harm you. But as our colleagues here are saying, you can extend it because the assumption is that you still have antibodies that are in your body. Right, Dr. Makpal? I mean, I think that's what we are saying, that because of the fact
Yes,
that
ma'am.
we don't have, the vaccines are in limited supply at this moment, and we're trying to vaccinate the most amount of patients that we can. You can start off as soon as 2 weeks or even 30 days. And if you've had COVID, if you go at 3 months, that is okay as well. Now, if you have not had COVID, I would ask that you take it as soon as possible. Okay, just so that we are not becoming the vectors of transmission. Okay, so just to summarize what I said, you can take, even if you've had COVID, you can take it as soon as 2 weeks, as long as your symptoms have gone. If you had to extend up to 3 months, that is okay. If you have taken the antibodies, the monoclonal antibodies or convalescent plasma, you need to take it after 90 days. So that's the summary that I would ask Robin to repeat for us, essentially.
थैंक यू सो मच डॉक्टर खुशबू। डॉक्टर मकवाल, अभी जो ये कल्पना जी का प्रश्न था और जो डिस्कशन का आंसर आया, क्या आप हिंदी में बता देंगे ऑडियंसेस को, क्योंकि यही जो क्वेश्चन है कि कोविड के बाद वैक्सीन कितने गैप पे ली जानी चाहिए, आपका निष्कर्ष?
देखिए, जो बेसिक जो क्रक्स है इसका यही है कि जो वैक्सीन, अगर किसी को कोई भी व्यक्ति कोविड से रिकवर हुआ है तो उसमें एंटीबॉडी बनी है, तो उसी हिसाब से उसको जो वैक्सीन है वो महीने भर बाद भी अगर आप लेते हैं तो इट विल हेल्प, है ना। इट्स नॉट नेसेसरीली कि आप 3 महीने बाद ही उसको कर रहे हैं जो गवर्नमेंट कर रही है, आप महीने भर बाद भी ले सकते हैं, स्पेशली अगर आपको प्लाज्मा लगा हुआ है। आई मीन, अगर आप कोविड से रिकवर हुए विद द हेल्प ऑफ प्लाज्मा या विद द हेल्प ऑफ कोई भी मोनोक्लोनल एंटीबॉडी थेरेपी, हालांकि यहाँ पे बहुत कम चला है जो मोनोक्लोनल एंटीबॉडी जो थेरेपी यहाँ पे इंडिया में जो स्टार्ट हुआ है बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स कॉस्ट। तो अगर उससे आप रिकवर हुए हैं तो एटलीस्ट फॉर 3 मंथ्स आपके पास आपके शरीर में वो एंटीबॉडी होंगी जो कोविड के खिलाफ लड़ रही होगी। तो दैट वे आप अगर ऐसा कुछ हुआ है तो आप आराम से 3 महीने के बाद अपनी पहली डोज लगा सकते हैं। और ये जरूरी नहीं कि आप 3 महीने का वेट ही करें, आप लगा सकते हैं। आई मीन, अगर आप कोविड से रिकवर हुए तो आप पहले महीने के बाद भी कोविड से रिकवर होने के आप लगा सकते हैं, है ना। तो इसी तरीके से।
Great. Thank you so much. Samar, you want to say something, please?
Yeah, can I just? I think Dr. Mapal's explanation and then Dr. Khushbu's explanation was really spot on. Just to clarify, because I completely agree with what they said. I think there's one difference here. If you've not received convalescent plasma or monoclonal, that's a different situation. That one you have to discuss with your doctor. Okay. But as Dr. Mapal said, this is not very common in India. Even in US, it's very uncommon these days. So leaving that one, if you have had COVID, there are 2 questions. One question is, when is it safe and effective to get vaccinated? And it is very likely after 2-3 weeks, it is safe and it is effective. The vaccine will work at 3 weeks after infection. The second question is, what is the government policy to spread the vaccine best? And that decision right now is at 3 months in India, and WHO and US is doing 4 weeks. So two different, what is it medically appropriate for you? Anytime your doctor agrees after 3 weeks, in my opinion, is fine. What is best for the country? This is a question for government of India. And right now they're saying 3 months.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Great.
Did I?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Correctly.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, doctors. Now, Kalpana, do we have a question or should I look up in the comments? We have loads of questions coming in.
I have a
Uh,
question, Robinder ji.
Robin, आप
Yeah,
एक तो question
Mr.
ले लो
Mankote.
जो
Yeah.
Then we have
Actually,
questions.
this
आप
is
एक
a
तो ले लो.
very burning question coming from a lot of our audiences, that the role of remdesivir and plasma. Remdesivir, some people say that it should be given, and sometimes they say remdesivir has no use. And second thing about plasma also. प्लाज्मा के लिए भी यही बोला जा रहा है कि प्लाज्मा देना चाहिए, लेकिन अब फिर से बाद में ये आया है कि प्लाज्मा हैज नो रोल. So what do you say, doctors, about this, about remdesivir and this plasma?
Okay. Kush, do you want to?
Yeah, I'll start with that. So let's go first with convalescent plasma. Okay. Initially, convalescent plasma was a big hype even in the United States. Okay. So let me explain something about emergency use, emergency release use, which, governments will say, okay, you know what, go ahead and start this medication. But there's been no data. What that means is that there's not been any studies to show one way or the other, but the presumption is that it is going to help. So in United States, we started giving a lot of plasma to a lot of patients initially, based on the theory that it should help. Okay. When they did a study where they did, enrolled a lot of patients in it, what they found was that there was really no benefit. And the way the studies are done are that you take a group of patients, okay, there are two groups of patients, both of them have had COVID. One group get given the convalescent plasma, and the other group are just, have not taken any convalescent plasma, but both of them have COVID and have similar, have similar health, age, all of that is kind of accounted for. When they did that study, they noticed that there was really no benefit of giving convalescent plasma. The way we look at it now, and this is after these studies were done, is that convalescent plasma is really not helpful. Okay, at this time. So at this moment, if you go and look, convalescent plasma is not part of the treatment protocols. Is it still being studied in different cases, or are there people who are studying convalescent plasma? Absolutely, there are. But is it indicated as a therapy at this moment? The answer is no. Remdesivir is a great question. Same thing. Go ahead. Yes.
May I, before you talk about remdesivir, can we request Mr. Mankote to convey about plasma to the audiences? Mankote साहब, plasma के बारे जो आप हिंदी में बता दीजिए.
Yeah, and please also, give your opinion as well, sir. I would love to hear your opinion on this, and even Samar.
प्लाज्मा का क्वेश्चन सब जगह से इसलिए भी काफी आया क्योंकि सारे जो पेशेंट थे, कोविड पेशेंट, जब उनको प्लाज्मा के लिए कहा जाता था, एक साइकोलॉजिकल बैरियर आता था कि अगर प्लाज्मा नहीं लगेगा तो वो ठीक नहीं होंगे. तो लोग बहुत परेशान रहे प्लाज्मा को अवेलेबल कराने के लिए. हमारे सारे वॉलंटियर्स डिफरेंट कॉर्नर्स थ्रू आउट द कंट्री ने बहुत मेहनत की प्लाज्मा डोनर्स को ढूंढने के लिए, एंड प्लाज्मा डोनर सामने आए, उन्होंने प्लाज्मा दिया. तो डॉक्टर खुशबू का वो कहना है कि ये अमेरिका में भी दिया गया, लेकिन बाद में जब रिसर्च हुई, जब सारा चीजें देखी गई, तो उन्होंने देखा कि प्लाज्मा का कोई रोल नहीं है. इज इट सो? तो प्लाज्मा मीन्स कि कोविड में प्लाज्मा का कोई फायदा नहीं है, इसलिए प्लाज्मा थेरेपी इज नॉट बेनिफिशियल as Dr. Khushbu says.
और आज एम्स की गाइडलाइंस देखो, आप गवर्नमेंट इंडिया की गाइडलाइंस देखो, तो उसमें भी यूटिलिटी इज नॉट शोन, has not, and they've taken it out of the actual guidelines even in India. So convalescent plasma is no longer used as a therapy. It can be used for just trials.
Okay. So
तो प्लाज्मा की भारत की भी जो गाइडलाइंस है प्लाज्मा की इंडियन सरकार की, उसमें भी अब प्लाज्मा को ट्रीटमेंट से निकाल दिया गया है. अगर इस्तेमाल करना है तो रिसर्च के लिए वो किया जा रहा है, परंतु कोविड की ट्रीटमेंट के लिए प्लाज्मा प्रोटोकॉल अब अमेरिका में भी नहीं था और अब भारत में भी वो उसको हटा दिया गया है.
ये अभी हाल ही में हटाया गया है रोविंदर जी, अभी हाल ही में हटाया गया है। हाँ,
Yes.
काफी लंबे समय तक दिया गया, पिछले कोविड उसमें भी दिया गया और अभी भी दिया गया, काफी दिया गया।
Absolutely, and I saw that, and it is a very recent information. Absolutely.
Now on remdesivir,
Remdesivir.
ये मनकोटी साहब का जो प्रश्न है कि रेमडेसिविर की क्या इफेक्टिवनेस है, राइट? सो डॉक्टर खुशबू एंड डॉक्टर समर,
इंडिया में रेमडेसिविर का इतना हल्ला मचा है, इतना हल्ला मचा था, लोग रेमडेसिविर के लिए इनफैक्ट पागल थे। जो भी पेशेंट एडमिट थे उनको अगर रिकमेंड किया जाता था रेमडेसिविर, अगर रेमडेसिविर उनको नहीं मिल रहा होता था तो वो और बीमार पड़ रहे थे, क्योंकि एक साइकोलॉजिकली उनको ये था कि अगर हमें रेमडेसिविर नहीं लगेगा तो लोगों ने खूब भाग दौड़ की रेमडेसिविर के लिए, और अल्टीमेटली रेमडेसिविर बाद में प्रोडक्शन ज़्यादा हुआ तो फिर अवेलेबल भी हो गया, लोगों को खूब रेमडेसिविर दिया गया। तो लेकिन रेमडेसिविर का फिर वही चीज़ होता है कि कोई रोल नहीं है कि WHO ने बताया, बट इंडिया में तो वो लग रहा है। व्हाट डू से अबाउट इट, डॉक्टर खुशबू?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would love to hear the experience that Dr. Magpal has about remdesivir before I comment on this. Would you like to kind of tell us over there, sir? I would love to hear that.
Yeah.
Dr. Matwal, आप join किया, I think he's been having some tech issues, so maybe we continue. We'll take his
No problem. Okay, so
Are you
we
there,
had.
Dr. Magpal?
Are you there,
Can you
sir?
hear?
Now I think we can hear him.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and give my opinion on it, and then we'll go to Dr. Makwan and Dr. Mehta as well. So, I understand this. We had the same craze here. In fact, currently speaking, remdesivir is one of the only medications FDA approved in United States. Now, if you go back and you look at the study that was done on remdesivir, what it essentially showed, it broke down very nicely in different groups of patients, and the most benefit was noted in the patients who were on oxygen. Okay, jo nasal cannula se jo oxygen dete hain na, wo oxygen, that oxygen. It showed that it decreased the hospital stay, and it kind of would help assist in not allowing the patients moving to the advanced therapies like high flow, like ventilators, like BiPAP. So that was the intention of remdesivir. If you ask remdesivir se lives bachti hai, the answer is no. Okay, the answer is no. What it showed, again, to clarify, is that it shortens the time that you're in the hospital. It will assist in helping, will hopefully assist that the patients won't go to require more advanced therapies, but it is not a medication that will save lives. Okay, it has not shown to do that. All right, so if we have remdesivir, it is great, go ahead and use it. But if you don't have remdesivir, I wouldn't go crazy about getting it, paying $1,00,000 or rupees or 2 lakh rupees. I wouldn't do all that. Okay, now and remember, remdesivir is a medication that it is useful when the virus is active. The virus is only active in the first 10 to 15 days. And when I say 15, I'm even going a little farther. Okay, so I would say in the first 10 days, that's when remdesivir is most beneficial. So like I said, if your disease progresses to where you require, you're noticing that you have some symptoms that are in the lungs, you have changes on the x-ray, and you're requiring oxygen, it will help you in the sense that it will shorten the stay, and hopefully your disease won't progress. But it is not useful once you've gone onto a ventilator, gone onto a BiPAP. It is not shown to do anything after that. The hope, again, is to shorten. It is not saving anyone. Okay, is that helpful?
Yeah.
So, just one comment I would love to. Robin, can you read out that comment which somebody said about Dr. Khushboo, please, Robin? Because
I think we should read out the comment.
I'll read. I love the clarity with which Dr. Khushboo has made this understanding better. Feel blessed to be part of this interaction. Simply brilliant. Thanks to all the experts.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shalini. May I now, for a minute or two, there have been many questions, काफी प्रश्न आए हैं. अगर हम question ना भी ले सकें, let me just read out the names, the people who have asked the questions, so that they know that we are trying to track their questions, right? Now, we've had questions from. Shalini had another question saying that what is the ideal time to take a second dose if someone suffered from COVID in between? A quick answer.
This we have discussed already, no?
Yeah, it has come up a few times. I don't.
Yeah, it is already done.
I think
Let's take the next one.
A quick answer if you can give. If somebody has had a vaccine and then COVID, what is the gap after COVID for the second shot?
minimum 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay,
But you should discuss with your doctor if that's safe.
fair enough. Thank you. Then this is coming from Puran Barthwal. Even today, COVID testing is very slow in the villages of Uttarakhand. Sometimes it takes 7 to 10 days in getting the results. What is the confirmed symptom which can be observed as confirming of COVID if there is no test result? Any quick answer for this?
Yeah, there is no confirmed symptom. There is no you cannot know for sure. If you lose smell, that is usually more likely associated with COVID. But any cough, cold, shardi, khansi, those can be different viruses. In the situation of today, because it's a public emergency, if you have khansi, if you have bukhar, if you have shardi, like a congestion, you have to assume that it's COVID for your safety and the safety of your family until the test is back. There is no way to know for sure without the test, unfortunately.
थैंक यू डॉक्टर समर. पूर्ण बतवाल जी, आपका प्रश्न था कि कोविड टेस्टिंग स्लो है, कोविड का क्या कोई कंफर्म्ड सिम्टम है? तो डॉक्टर्स का जवाब ये कि कोई कंफर्म सिम्टम नहीं है एज ऑफ नाउ. अगर आपको जहां भी लगे खांसी जुकाम, आपको टेस्ट कराना होगा. आई मीन यही असलियत है आज की तारीख में. There's a question from Piyush Chaudhary.
And I just wanted to add one other thing to that is, I would, just as Dr. Summer said, please stay isolated until you get that, result back. Please stay in a different room. If it's negative, that's well and good, but please stay in a separate, room just so that if in case it comes back positive, you're not giving it to other people.
Great point. पुरन जी, डॉक्टर खुशबू का कहना है कि कोई कंफर्म सिम्टम नहीं है कोविड का, पर आपको अगर लगे और टेस्ट आने में देर है, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है अपने को आइसोलेशन, अपने को अलग रखना. Thank you, Dr. Khushbu. A question coming from Piyush Chaudhary. This is a technical little kind of a question. Quick answer if maybe. My 17-year-old son is suffering from autoimmune disease, AID, ulcerative colitis, chronic pancreatitis, and rheumatoid arthritis. What specific precautions I should take? Shall I go with this vaccination? What all precautions we can take? I mean, all that can be aside, but his question is that his son has AID and all those ailments. Can he go for the vaccination?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
He can go for that vaccination. What is needed is for him to review the medications that is on. Certain specific medications that are for rheumatoid arthritis and ulcerative colitis might require that he not take it for 1 week. But he has to clarify with his physician that there's no reason why he should not go. He should absolutely go for his vaccination. Summer?
Yeah, Ismail, just to add that don't think that because he has autoimmune disease that it's not safe to get vaccinated. Actually, it's opposite. Because he has autoimmune disease, his son and the other family members must get vaccinated, because if, God forbid, if he gets COVID, he is at much higher risk.
Thank you so much, Dr. Samar. Thank you, Dr. Khushbu. So, Mr. Piyush Chaudhary, hopefully आपके प्रश्न का जवाब मिल गया कि definitely vaccination कराइए, डॉक्टर से कंसल्ट करके. कुछ मेडिसिन जो अभी ले रहे हैं उनको चाहे कम करना पड़े, परंतु वैक्सीनेशन आप उनको, बच्चे को और फैमिली को डेफिनेटली बल्कि ज्यादा जरूरी है कराना. Now, Sharon Trivedi, let me just read. माधव जोशी, PPE kits कितने सुरक्षित है? माधव जोशी जी, ये तो ओवरऑल क्वेश्चन है. थैंक यू सो मच, रश्मि बिश. थैंक यू, वेलकम. Navneet Malhotra has 2 questions. KS Mangla is saying, very good, Dr. Makpal. Thank you so much, Mr. Mangla. Okay, another question. Quick, maybe. What are the measures to prevent black fungus? ये प्रश्न आया है कि black fungus को prevent करने के लिए क्या करा जा सकता है? So, Dr. Khushbu, Dr. Samar, your quick comments on this, please.
Go ahead, Summer.
You want me to take it? Yeah. This black fungus, and I think there was a question, Robindra ji, earlier about what is also difference between black fungus, white fungus, yellow fungus, right?
Yes, exactly.
So let me, I know that this has been in the news a lot. We are trying to study, okay? But so the situation is changing day by day. But what I can tell you is, you cannot you can't prevent black fungus in the sense that black fungus, or we call it mucor, is everywhere. It's on my face, it's on the soil, it's on the ground. This is something that is everywhere. So it will always be exposed. We were all exposed to those. Even white fungus, what they call candida, is on everybody's body. So the question is not how do I avoid the fungus, because you can't avoid the fungus. The question is, how do I avoid getting infected? Because that fungus, instead of being on the face, sometimes it goes inside the body. And the answer is that really try to listen to your doctors and don't try to take matters into your own hands. So why there have been so many more cases of black fungus or mucor in India, we don't know for certain. What I can tell you is majority of patients getting those infections appear to have something like diabetes or were on steroids. So the danger, I think, is that many people think that, oh, they're telling me I should take steroids. I took steroids for 1 week, I felt better. Maybe I'll take it for 2-3 weeks I'll feel even better after that. Please do not do that. These medications, especially steroids, I know they're available. You can get them at the pharmacy, but you really need to discuss with your doctor if it's safe, because if you take those medications for a long period of time, they will decrease your immunity against fungus. So the answer is, be cautious with your medications. Most healthy people will not get black fungus unless they are using steroids or other medications inappropriately.
Thank you, Dr. Samar. Before Dr. Khushbu, you add in, मैं रिक्वेस्ट मनकोडी जी या डॉक्टर मपवाल, जो भी डॉक्टर समर ने कहा, इसको सिंपल शब्दों में हिंदी में अगर कह दें तो हमारे ऑडियंस को बेनिफिट होगा ब्लैक फंगस और फंगस के बारे में। सर
डॉक्टर मपवाल,
देखिए, जो सबसे पहली चीज जो सर ने कही वो बेसिकली ये है कि फंगस सब जगह है ना। जैसे फंगस को कोई ग्राउंड मिलेगा ग्रो करने के लिए, कोई भी चीज कोई भी कुछ भी मिलेगा उसको ग्रो करने के लिए, तो इट विल ग्रो, ठीक है। तो वो ग्राउंड जो है बेसिकली होगा। सपोज कीजिए कि आपका ब्लड शुगर लेवल बहुत बढ़ा रहता है, आपको कैंसर की दवाइयां चलती हैं, आप ऑलरेडी इम्यूनो कॉम्प्रोमाइज स्टेट में हैं, और उस स्टेट में अगर आपको कोविड हो जाता है ना, कोविड होने के बाद, कोविड के दौरान जो आपका इलाज हुआ है उसमें हाई डोज स्टेरॉइड किया गया है, या फिर आपको बहुत ज्यादा टाइम तक ऑक्सीजन लगी है, तो क्या होगा, धीरे धीरे वो जो हमारा जो वो है जो बॉडी है, वो एक अच्छा एक मीडिया बन जाएगा फंगस के ग्रोथ के लिए। तो वो फंगस उसी में ग्रो करेगा, है ना। और सबसे जो चीज है, ये जो ब्लैक फंगस, व्हाइट फंगस, येलो फंगस, ये कलर के बेसिस पे हम लोग नहीं इसको डिवाइड करते हैं। ये बेसिकली एक मीडिया द्वारा एक जनरल पब्लिक को बताने के लिए टर्म यूज किया गया कि हाँ, एक ब्लैक फंगस है, एक व्हाइट फंगस है, एक येलो फंगस है। ऐसा कुछ नहीं है ना। डिफरेंट क्लासेस हैं फंगस के, जो कि हम उनकी डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज के हिसाब से हम उनका वो बताते हैं। तो जैसे जो ब्लैक फंगस है, म्यूकोर जो हम कह रहे हैं, ठीक है, वो कहाँ पे जनरली जो हमारे जो साइनसेस है उनको अफेक्ट कर रहा है ना। एंड दिस जो व्हाइट फंगस है, जैसे जो कैंडिडा हो गया, कैंडिडा ये आपके म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन जो ओरल कैविटी है, आपकी इंटेस्टाइन है, उसको अफेक्ट कर सकता है। तो हम सबसे पहली चीज तो ये जाननी है कि ये किसको होगा। आई मीन, अगर कोई भी पेशेंट होम आइसोलेशन में है ना, होम आइसोलेशन में वो पेशेंट है और वो ओरल स्टेरॉइड ले रहा है फॉर सम लाइक फॉर 3-4 days और 7 days, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि उसको हो जाएगा अचानक से, है ना। तो इसमें ये जितने भी जो हमारे पास जितने भी जो पेशेंट्स आए हैं, ठीक है, वो जो पेशेंट्स हैं वो वही पेशेंट्स हैं जो हाई डोज इनको इंजेक्टेबल स्टेरॉइड चला है, जिनका हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन बहुत लंबा तक हुआ है, जो ऑक्सीजन में बहुत ज्यादा टाइम तक रहे हैं, आईसीयू सेटिंग में जिनको काफी टाइम लगा है रिकवर होने में, तो वो ज्यादा प्रोन है इस म्यूकोरमाइकोसिस या जो ब्लैक फंगस कह रहे हैं, या जो कैंडिडा जो व्हाइट फंगस है, उस चीज के लिए। तो हमें ये बात खुद भी जाननी है, बाकी लोगों को भी बतानी है कि ऐसे नहीं होगा कि हाँ, हम घर पे थे और हम सोच रहे हैं कि हमें ब्लैक फंगस हो गया थी, जरा हमें चेक कर लो। नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। जब हम उसको ग्राउंड देंगे तब ना वो ग्रो करेगा, है ना। तो ब्लैक फंगस के केस में भी ये है कि इसका जो डिजीज का जो प्रोग्रेशन है वो बहुत डेडली प्रोग्रेशन है। तो इसको अगर हम अर्ली स्टेजेस में आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, सपोज एक पेशेंट है एंड वो बहुत लॉन्ग टर्म सेटिंग उसका, आई मीन आईसीयू में रहा, ऑक्सीजन लगी, हाई डोज स्टेरॉइड लगे, एंड देन ही रिकवर्ड एंड ही वेंट होम। बट धीरे धीरे क्या हुआ कि अचानक से उसको लगा कि हाँ, मेरे को रोज हेडेक होता है, मुझे मेरे सर में दर्द रहता है, मेरी नाक बंद रहती है, मुझे सांस लेने में ऐसा दिक्कत नहीं, लेकिन मेरी नाक ही बंद है एंड मुझे हेडेक हो रहा है, तो दैट रेजेस द सस्पिशन। तो अगर ऐसा कोई है आपके आसपास भी, कोई ऐसा है जिसको कि जो ऐसे ऐसे फेज से गुजरा है, जहाँ आईसीयू में रहा है, ऑक्सीजन लगी है, स्टेरॉइड चले, अब ऐसे सिम्टम्स बता रहा है, तो वहां पे सस्पिशन होता है कि हाँ ये वो पेशेंट है जिसको म्यूकोरमाइकोसिस या ब्लैक फंगस हो सकता है। तो ये चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो ये आपने
Thank you.
जाननी है कि कब किस पेशेंट को कहाँ आना है, आई मीन दिखाने आना है या फिजिशियन से कंसल्ट करना है। तो और प्रिवेंशन का वही है, प्रिवेंशन का एक्चुअली क्या है कि अब गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने इसको नोटिफाइबल डिजीज बनाया है। अब हर चीज हमने मॉनिटर करते हुए लगानी है। अर्लियर क्या हो रहा था, जब तक ब्लैक फंगस और इसका जब बहुत वो सब नहीं चल रहा था, तो बहुत जो स्टेरॉइड था बहुत ही वैसे आई मीन बिना किसी एक प्रॉपर गाइडलाइन के वैसे ही हम चला रहे थे कि कितना डोजेस में चला रहे हैं। बट द टेपरिंग ऑफ स्टेरॉइड, जितना हम स्टेरॉइड ले रहे हैं उसको धीरे धीरे टेपर करना ही बहुत जरूरी है। तो नाउअडेज जितना जो सिवियरिटी है, वो सीवियर पेशेंट को ही हम हाई डोजेज स्टेरॉइड लगा भी रहे हैं, एंड जो लेस सीवियर पेशेंट है उनको बहुत शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन का लगा के, इफ दे आर रिस्पॉन्डिंग वेल, उसको धीरे धीरे टेपर ऑफ करके विद इन 7 to 8 days हम उसको आई मीन जस्ट स्टॉप कर दे रहे हैं। तो प्रिवेंशन का इसका बहुत ऐसा नहीं है कि जनमानस में या पब्लिक में ऐसा कुछ करना है कि उनको प्रिवेंट करना है। अवेयरनेस ज्यादा फैलानी है उन पेशेंट्स के लिए, स्पेशली जो इम्यूनो कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड हैं, जो आईसीयू में लंबा समय काट के आए हैं, उन लोगों के लिए ये बहुत जरूरी हो जाता है कि ये अपने सिम्टम्स देखें, समझें। अगर ऐसा लगता है तो जितना जल्द हो सके उतना जल्द अपने फिजिशियन से कंसल्ट करना। जी, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सो मच डॉक्टर मकवाल, आपने बड़ा डिटेल में विस्तार में बता दिया। थैंक यू। डॉक्टर खुशबू, वुड यू वांट टू ऐड समथिंग टू इट? और डॉक्टर समर प्लीज।
So, Kush, if you want to go ahead, I do want to add something. Dr.
No,
Mapal,
go ahead, and I'll add.
Just one comment. That was Dr. Mapal, that was a beautiful explanation. You're teaching medical school. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
I completely agree with everything he said. One thing, just as he was speaking, I've seen on like social media and things, oh, you should take fluconazole, you should take some drug to prevent black fungus. And that I would just be very careful. Fluconazole does not work against black fungus, and the medications used to treat mucor are quite deadly and must be done with the assistance of a physician. So please be very careful that there are right now no medications that anybody should be taking to prevent fungal infection unless advised by their doctor.
And the only other thing I wanted to, I think you both did an amazing job. Dr. Maqpal, you did great, absolutely perfect. I think you and Summer covered almost everything. Only one thing I want to remind people is that even having COVID-19 infection itself is immunocompromising. So your immune system is low. Okay, so as Dr. Maqpal said very clearly, do not take medications that are not prescribed. Steroids, the dexamethasone, any kind of steroid is only needed, has only shown to help if you require oxygen. You do not need to take it otherwise. So, if you go to a physician, your oxygen levels are dropping below 94% on the monitors, that's when the physician, like Dr. Nagpal, will tell you to start steroids. Only do it directly under the care of a physician. And at that point, it is only recommended, even in Indian guidelines, for 5 to 10 days. In the United States, we use it for 10 days. And for a very low dose, like 6 milligrams of dexamethasone. Okay, if it needs to be increased, it will be done by the physician in a setting of the hospital. Please do not take it upon yourself to do it. Okay, the next thing I want to remind you is oxygen. I know there's been a lot of flurry of oxygen concentrators that are coming into India. Be very mindful of cleaning protocols. Do not share the nasal cannulas, and the water that you fill needs to be sterile. It does not need to be tap water. Okay, sterile water is what is needed. So please be very mindful of what you all do. I think if you just take these kind of precautions, you will notice that it will go a long way. Any therapy needs to be under a physician's care, and only if it is indicated. Please don't start therapies by yourself. Even if your friend is taking it or your cousin is taking it, it is not indicated for everyone. Like I said, 80% of the patients will get better without any interventions. Okay?
Thank you so much, Dr. Khushbu, and may I take this opportunity to also welcome Dr. M.S. Ansari, General Secretary of the Indian Red Cross. वेलकम डॉक्टर अंसारी, थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग. आपके साथ आपका सहयोग, इंडियन रेड क्रॉस इज द पार्टनर फॉर आउटरीच ऑफ दिस seminar session, as also a city Pithoragarh. So this is a call for Gaurav Rodia. Gaurav, where are you, sir? Please click on the link and come to the studio. We would very much like you to join the studio. Gaurav ji, आप किधर हैं? City Pithoragarh के founder. आइए, we would love to have you on the in the panel with us right now. Now that said, कुछ और भी प्रश्न आ रहे हैं, तो अगेन मैं कुछ क्वेश्चंस लेते जाऊंगा. एक और क्वेश्चन जो बार बार आ रहा है, आइवरमेक्टिन को लेकर के आ रहा है. Another question overall coming, many people asking about ivermectin. So Dr. Khushbu and Dr. Samar, quickly, can you just give a yes, no, good, bad, ugly about ivermectin? And how is it being handled in the US? Quickly, please, if you can.
Samar, you want to go for this?
Yeah, very few people in the US are using it. It's not approved for COVID here, and there are no studies, no data, no evidence showing that it helps across the board. Many of the studies have been done in Western countries. So its possible situation in India is different. It should be studied, but right now, I would not give ivermectin to my family members. Government of India AIMS guidelines say some doctors locally can consider it based on their experience, but it is what they call low evidence, which means we do not have proof that it works at all.
आपके आइवरमेक्टिन के क्वेश्चन में डॉक्टर समर का ये कहना है कि अमेरिका में आइवरमेक्टिन इस्तेमाल नहीं हो रही है, और अगर उन्हें देने का हो तो वो अपनी फैमिली में आइवरमेक्टिन नहीं देंगे. दैट इज वो उनका विचार, परंतु हर देश का अपना अलग प्रोसीजर है और हर देश कहता है कि अपने प्रोटोकॉल्स के अकॉर्डिंग, परंतु आइवरमेक्टिन का कोई फायदा रिसर्च में अभी देखा नहीं गया है शायद. Dr. Khushbu, what is your thought on it? Will you agree with what Dr. Samar Mehta has said?
Absolutely. We have not given ivermectin in the United States. Just like Dr. Mehta said, even in AIMS guidelines, it is quoted as low, that the evidence is very, very minimal. In fact, there is no evidence, but if you want to use it, it is based on the specific physician in their region and their expertise. In United States, we have not given ivermectin here at all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Khushbu. So, ivermectin का जवाब अमेरिकन मेडिकल प्रैक्टिस के हिसाब से ये है कि वहां पर आइवरमेक्टिन का इस्तेमाल नहीं हो रहा है, परंतु भारत का जो प्रोटोकॉल, भारत की जो गवर्नमेंट की गाइडलाइंस है वो वहां की होंगी, तो आपको अपने डॉक्टर से कंसल्ट करके जो भी मेडिकेशन लेना है. डॉक्टर अंसारी, आपका क्या विचार है इस बारे में, आइवरमेक्टिन के बारे में? डॉक्टर अंसारी, कैन यू प्लीज?
हेलो.
या हाय
जी, हेलो. सब आ रही, आवाज आ रही है?
बिल्कुल आ रही है.
हेलो.
यस, आवाज आ रही है, बिल्कुल.
पहले तो मेरा सभी को बहुत बहुत नमस्कार, और सभी का मैं धन्यवाद करता हूं रेड क्रॉस की ओर से कि आपने एक इतनी जो कॉन्फ्रेंस रखी है, इससे क्योंकि कोरोना में बहुत भ्रांतियाँ थी. आज काफ़ी क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर जो मौजूद हुए हैं उनमें काफ़ी कुछ जो है क्लियर हुआ है, और मैं समझता हूँ कि ये आगे भी इसी तरीके से जो और चीज़ें आ रही हैं उनमें भी जो है क्लियर होगी, और इससे पूरे ही उसको खास करके रेड क्रॉस को जो है काफ़ी जो मेंबर्स हैं हमारे, उनमें कुछ भ्रांतियाँ थी वो ज़रूर दूर होंगी. और आपका क्या क्वेश्चन था, थोड़ी मैं क्लियर नहीं कर पाया.
क्वेश्चन ये था, ऑडियंस में अभी जो देख रहे हैं उनमें से किसी ने पूछा, और काफी प्रश्न ये आ रहे हैं कि आइवरमेक्टिन का कितना फायदा है इस मेडिसिन का. तो अमेरिकन डॉक्टर्स का तो ये कहना है कि अमेरिका में आइवरमेक्टिन नहीं इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं लोग, परंतु हर देश की अपनी प्रोटोकॉल है. तो आपका क्या विचार, आपका एक्सपीरियंस क्या दिखा रहा है भारत में आइवरमेक्टिन का इस्तेमाल के बारे में?
यहाँ पर जो इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है तो उसका फायदा तो हो रहा है. अब ये सही तरीके से, क्योंकि कैलकुलेशन तो पूरे तौर पे नहीं कर पाए कि कितना फायदा कितना नहीं हो पा रहा है. ये तो आप मतलब जो है जो हमारे कुछ मीडिया कर्मी या जो भी हैं उनसे थोड़ा सा कर सकते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ इस्तेमाल जरूरी बात है, हो रहा है.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच. मे आई मूव ऑन? काफी सारे और प्रश्न हैं. वी आर रियली सॉरी, इतने सारे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, हम धीरे धीरे करके उठा रहे हैं. बट हम होप करते हैं कि एक एक क्वेश्चन काफी कुछ लोगों के आंसर दे रहा होगा, जैसे आइवरमेक्टिन को लेकर के वैक्सीन में कितना गैप होना चाहिए। अभी एक क्वेश्चन ये आ रहा है, आशीष फ्रॉम सिटी पिटोरागढ़ is asking, how safe is it to take 2 shots of the vaccine again if we don't get enough antibodies from the first shot? Interesting question. फर्स्ट शॉट के बाद अगर एंटीबॉडीज नहीं बनी तो उसके बाद 2 शॉट्स और लेने की बात कर रहे हैं ये? आई डोंट नो.
I think the answer is that इसमें क्या है कि the antibodies are not the only sign that the vaccine is working. A vaccine can also help your T cells, other immune cells. So if you are a young, healthy person, you get your 2 shots, or your antibody test is negative, you don't need to take any more. I think you're done. If you're an immunocompromised, otherwise at-risk, high-risk person, then your doctor might advise an additional dose, but that's a special circumstance.
Thank you so much. So आशीष, आपके प्रश्न का जवाब ये है कि वैक्सीन अगर 2 शॉट्स भी ले लिए उसके बाद जरूरी नहीं कि आपकी बॉडी में एंटीबॉडीज दिखाई जाए, क्योंकि वैक्सीन अपना कुछ अलग काम करती है, राइट? सो एंटीबॉडीज का मेजर लेके ये सोचना कि वैक्सीन मेरे लिए यूजफुल रही कि नहीं रही, शायद ये अलग गलत मिसप्लेस्ड मापदंड है. इट्स नॉट द करेक्ट मेजर फॉर दैट. So just 2 shots are enough. You should be worried about antibodies कितनी है नहीं है. बाकी चीजें हैं तो डॉक्टर से कंसल्ट करना होगा, right? Puran Bartwal says, thanks for the reply and clarity. Thank you so much, Puran ji. We are happy कि हम कुछ आपको कुछ प्रश्न दे पाए.
There is Robin, I'll ask a question. This was a question. Can I ask?
Yes,
this
please.
is from Navneet Malhotra. He says, post-COVID, can we have fever in the range 99 to 99.9 degree after recovering from COVID? And he is tested negative. The body doesn't feel like having fever.
Yes, you can. You can have low-grade fevers. That is absolutely okay. We in the United States only recognize temperatures above 100.4 as true fevers. That need treatment or that need recognition. So you can have low-grade temperatures that are elevated. That is okay. You don't need to worry about it. Now, if the fever goes up higher, if you start noticing fevers are creeping up to 100.4, 101, at that point you need to be reevaluated by your local physician to make sure there are no additional infections that you might have gotten on top of COVID. So that's what I would say. Summer?
Yeah, I would just to add one thing that, I think for that symptoms are the most important. If you have only temp of 99.8 and no symptoms, you feel fine, body sharir mein kuch nahi hai, then I agree, I wouldn't worry. If 2-3 weeks after COVID, you're still having cough, that sputum is coming up and low-grade fevers and you're still feeling weak, then you should get seen by a doctor, because it's possible you have something else going on that's causing those low-grade temperatures. But the number itself, without any symptoms, I would not worry at 99.8, something like that.
Kalpana, some other questions, please.
Yes, there was this question. Aapne abhi dekha, there was question in Hindi. They said if there is a person in the family who's suffering from COVID, so how many days of quarantine you should recover? 14 days. But then if somebody else, from outside joins the family, तो कितना दिन और quarantine होना चाहिए? That is the question. Please, Robin, there was from somebody.
So let me clarify. They're asking the quarantine. So if a person comes from somewhere, they are quarantined for 14 days once they interact with someone with COVID. And then if someone else comes into the house, the question is, the question for quarantine is for which person? The person that came into the house? I'm just trying to clarify the question.
Okay, but it says, can you read that, Robin? वो जो एक हिंदी में था.
Okay, I will try and see. Point is कि इतने सारे questions आ रखे हैं, उनको हम scroll ऊपर नीचे कर रहे हैं. So जैसे मिलेगा हम आएंगे. Meanwhile, एक quick question है, simple है. आप समर या खुशबू आंसर दे दीजिए. कोई पूछ रहा था कि ऑक्सीजन का नॉर्मल लेवल कितना होना चाहिए? What is the oxygen level which should be normal? Quick answer.
Normal oxygen level is 98 to 100%. That's the answer for that one.
And when should somebody be concerned when it is below what level?
When it is below 94%. So if you see 93% reading, that's when you need to start thinking about going to your physician.
थैंक यू सो मच डॉक्टर खुशबू, डॉक्टर समर, जिन्होंने क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि ऑक्सीजन लेवल कैसा होना चाहिए, नॉर्मल हेल्दी 98 से 100 तक, बट 94 94 से अगर कम है तब आपको इमीडिएट डॉक्टर की एडवाइस या नेक्स्ट स्टेप लेने चाहिए.
One thing I want to add. Hello.
Yes sir.
हाँ, if अगर ऑक्सीजन लेवल, हेलो, am I audible?
हाँ,
yes,
yes.
हाँ, अगर आप आप एक रेस्टिंग कंडीशन में आप बैठे हुए हैं एंड यू आर जस्ट मेजरिंग योर अपने ऑक्सीजन लेवल्स मेजर किए हैं, इट्स 98, 97, 98 it's coming, and then you start just walk for a while, walk for a 1 and 2 minute or 3 minutes, and just you feel breathless and you measure your oxygen levels and it has came down to like below 90 or below 95, then it's a concern. So you should know when to measure your oxygen levels.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you are
absolutely
if yes, so that should
absolutely
be
correct, sir.
That's the point should be clear to you.
Yeah. And can I add one thing?
Please.
Yeah, so 100% agree with Dr. Khushbu and Dr. Mapwal and that idea of oxygen after exertion. The one thing I would say, I've been taking some phone calls with patients in India for telehealth. One thing I realized is all of that is true as long as the patient does not have a lung disease. So if somebody has COPD, their oxygen might be 92 normally, and that's a different situation. For healthy patients, the numbers should be as discussed here.
And the other thing you want to make sure is your fingers are warm. If your fingers are cold, it doesn't apply. For kids, this doesn't apply under a certain age. So this is all information we're giving today is for adults.
Okay, thank you from Navneet Malhotra. Thanks for clearing my doubt and answering the question. Thank you so much, Navneet ji. We are so happy. There's a question from Manu Dafali.
Manu Dafali.
Asking what happened to the Feluda Corona test kit. I'm sorry, Manu, I don't know, but if anybody has heard of this Corona test kit known as Feluda.
Feluda.
बहुत सारे अलग test kits are maybe, but anyway, we will look for some other questions.
I would refer that to our Indian colleagues. I do not know about that test kit.
I actually know about the test. It's a very great test. It's like very nice technology, but I'm not sure why the delay has been there. So I don't have a good answer. Sorry.
Thank you. Kalpana, boss, this is a question you are mentioning. Hem Pandey ने कहा है नमस्कार, बहुत अच्छी जानकारी हो रही है. अगर हम नई जगह जाते हैं तो 14 दिन के लिए क्वारंटाइन. इसी संदर्भ में यदि परिवार कोविड से पीड़ित या एवं अब ठीक हो गया है, ऐसे में परिवार का एक अन्य सदस्य जो बाहर से आ रहा है, कितने दिन आओ? Okay, so if in a family somebody had COVID, right, but has recovered, now some outsider or child or a relation is coming to this family home, should that person stay away from this family for how many days? I think that's what he or she is asking.
Dr. Mapwal or Dr. Ansari, maybe better for you to take that.
Dr. Mapwal, आप देख सकते हैं जो हेम जी का क्वेश्चन है.
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल. एक्चुअली देखिए, एक फैमिली है जो कोविड पॉजिटिव थी एंड नाउ द फैमिली हैज रिकवर्ड. तो बाहर से अगर कोई आ रहा है, सपोज कि द रिलेटिव इज कमिंग फ्रॉम एनी हाई लोड एरिया, कोई भी जैसे दिल्ली से, मुंबई से आ रहा है एंड ही इज कमिंग बैक टू द हिल्स, तो क्वारंटाइन गाइडलाइन तो वही है, ही मस्ट क्वारंटाइन हिमसेल्फ फॉर 10 to 14 days just to know कि if he is carrying any infection, if अगर उसको कोई infection वहां से कुछ वो carry on करके लाया है, तो the infection will he will get the symptoms within this period, and if he doesn't get the symptoms, then after 14 days he can meet up with the family and the relatives.
Great, thank you so much, Dr. Mapwal. And we've run into almost 1 hour 10 minutes. मैं अपने doctor से I'll request them about how much more time do you have, Dr. Samar and Dr. Khushbu, to share with us? Another 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
Yeah, I think another 15 minutes should be good.
Awesome. तो हमारे पास अगले 15 मिनट है हमारे इन दोनों डॉक्टर्स कोलीग्स के लिए. अपने प्रश्न आते रखिए. Meanwhile, we want to really thank our outreach partners सिटी पिथौरागढ़, उनके गौरव ज्वाइन नहीं कर पा रहे. We very much
कुछ
wanted
technical
गौरव
issue है.
to join and also Adia Singh. So अगर सिटी पिथौरागढ़ के कोई colleagues हैं तो वो हमें WhatsApp पे मैसेज कर दें. हम आपको we would love to have you in the studio with us, क्योंकि आपके जरिए बहुत लोगों को आपके माध्यम से ये टाउन हॉल का मैसेज जा रहा है. So thank you so much सिटी पिथौरागढ़. Thank you so much, of course, the Uttaranchal Aushadhi Vyavasai Sangh, the Uttaranchal Chemists Association, जिनके members Mr. Mankoti, the president, and Mr. Amit Garg. Mr. Amit ji, अगर आप हैं तो please आप भी click करिए. It would be lovely to have you in the panel for a few minutes. Amit Garg, General Secretary of the Uttaranchal Chemists Association. Then, of course, Dr. Ansari from the Indian Red Cross, the Uttarakhand branch or Uttarakhand State Chapter. Thank you so much, Dr. Ansari, आपके जुड़ने के लिए और आपके माध्यम से ये मैसेज को और आगे ले जाने के लिए. So please, guys, keep your questions coming. कृपया अपने प्रश्नों को आने दीजिए ताकि हम आपके कुछ प्रश्न हम इस वक्त का फायदा ले सके. Vinod Nautiyal says, it's a great conversation. Thanks to all experts. Thank you so much, Vinod Nautiyal. And by the way, we have a comment from Korea also, South Korea. Professor Yoon Jong, he's saying, I pray that there will be peace in India.
Peace in India. There is peace in India.
We do hope so, and we hope you're keeping safe in South Korea.
We hope that as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. Okay, now, yes, this is a question which came in the day also. City Pithoragarh ke Nandraj Joshi, आपने दिन में भी ये पूछा था. The question is, Dr. Samar and Khushbu specific. Somebody is taking medicines for tuberculosis for the last 4 months. Can he or she take the vaccine for COVID? जो प्रश्न नंदराज जी आपका यही प्रश्न है ना, कोई है पेशेंट जिनको टीबी है और वो टीबी की मेडिसिन ले रहे हैं पिछले 4 महीने से, और आपका प्रश्न है कि वो क्या कोविड की वैक्सीन ले सकते हैं, करेक्ट?
My answer is yes, you can. I'm not aware of any TB medications that will interfere with the vaccination.
Great.
Yeah, I would completely agree with that. And the other thing is, I'm assuming after 4 months that the sputum AFB sputum is negative. Is my assumption here.
Okay. We can try translating some of this.
I would say that it should be fine after 4 months. There shouldn't be a reason why he should not take any vaccines.
Fair enough. तो नंद जी, आपके प्रश्न का जो आंसर है उसमें ये है कि डेफिनेटली वैक्सीन ले सकते हैं. कोई इसमें रीजन नहीं है कि आप या जो भी वो पेशेंट हैं जिनको टीबी है, जो 4 महीने से वो मेडिसिन ले रहे थे, वो वैक्सीन ना लें. पर डॉक्टर खुशबू और डॉक्टर समर ये भी कह रहे हैं जो स्पूटम का लेवल है उसे भी शायद चेक कर लें, परंतु वैक्सीन लेने में शायद कोई झिझक नहीं होनी चाहिए. बट ऑब्वियसली आप अपने डॉक्टर से कंसल्ट करें, बेसिक बट जो जनरल एडवाइस उनकी ये है कि बिल्कुल लिया जा सकता है. Now, more questions coming in.
There is one more question from Sameer Chaturvedi. I have taken 1 shot of Covaxin. Can I take some other brand as a second dose?
This is, of course, all Desis must be looking for a good bargain, huh? It's a good question. I think that we understand that actually this very exact question is being studied right now in UK and Europe. In Germany, France, they're studying it. And final results are not available. But until now, the results suggest, yes, it is safe to take a different vaccine if you must. And in some cases, a different combination might actually be more effective. But that information we don't have for certain yet. But yes, if you must take a second brand, it will be safe to do it.
Yeah, that is the same impression that I have as well.
A quick question now from Girish saying that, where is it? Before taking COVID vaccine, should you get yourself tested for sugar, blood pressure, heartbeat, etc.? No.
Absolutely not.
Girish ji, कोई जरूरत नहीं है ये शुगर या ब्लड प्रेशर, हार्टबीट चेक करने की बिफोर टेकिंग द वैक्सीन. स्ट्रेट जाके वैक्सीन लीजिए. May I also welcome this? Yeah, Samar, please.
All right, just one small thing to add. Really the only reason not to take a vaccine is if you had recent antibody treatment, or if you're actively sick. So if you have fever and cough, then usually we will postpone vaccine, but no need to get tested.
Mr. Amit Garg has joined.
Sure. Thank you so much. May I also welcome to the panel, we
Mr.
have
Amit
with us
Garg.
our colleague, Mr. Amit Garg. He is the General Secretary of the Uttaranchal Aushadhi Vyavasai Mahasangh, which is the Uttaranchal Chemists Association. He is a colleague with Mr. Mankoti. Thank you, Amit ji. You're welcome for us to have you. Thanks for your outreach, जो आपके members के through आगे चला. Another quick question, folks, I'm trying to take. Vinod Rotial, after how many days of vaccination can you donate blood? Is it safe to donate blood after how many days of the vaccine?
Should we defer that to our Red Cross colleagues?
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Dr. Ansari can answer that.
Dr. Ansari, वैक्सीन लेने के कितने दिनों बाद ब्लड डोनेशन कर सकते हैं? किसी ने अगर कोरोना का वैक्सीन लगाया
15 days बाद.
Yeah, I
After
agree.
15.
I think what we have, the indications we have here is, at least 15 days after you have all of your symptoms have resolved, which means, आपको कोई खांसी नहीं है, कोई भी ऐसे, सर्दी नहीं है, you don't have shortness of breath, सांस लेने में दिक्कत नहीं है, तो फिर आप 15 दिन के बाद blood दे सकते हो, per US guidelines.
Great. Thank you very much.
Any more? Let me check more questions.
Bhargav Punera says the virus is changing its form, which we are getting to know in different forms or variants. So in such a situation, that virus is becoming more powerful or weaker. I think the fundamental question he's asking is that as the virus is mutating, is it becoming more powerful or weaker? What is your sense, doctors?
Samar, you take that.
Yeah, I mean, this is my research area. This is my area of specialty. I think the answer is we have to wait and see. I think we are concerned, and some of the recent results from India and UK, we are concerned that some of the strains that started in India and some of the strains that started in Brazil and some of the strains that started in South Africa are spread more easily than the original strains. So I don't think it's too early it's not time to panic or anything, but yes, that I think the answer is it is possible that they will become spread more easily, and it is possible that we will continue to have troubles with COVID or Corona for months or even a few years to come. We just don't know for sure yet, but it's a good question.
Thank you so much, Dr. Samar. I hope Bhargav, it gave you some answer to your question as such. Now we move on quickly. Madhav ji saying welcome. Vinod Notial, thanks very much.
No, Sameer, बहुत सी. There is this trend. मगर चलिए, okay.
हाँ जी, बोलिए.
उसने somebody has written बहुत सी बातें हो रही हैं. गिरीश बिष्ट, कोविड टीका लगाने से पहले अपनी जांच करा लें. आप सभी का बहुत धन्यवाद, इतना कीमती समय देकर हमें जानकारी दी. स्वस्थ रहें, मस्त रहें.
Thank you. This commentator was saying that, there are many talks going on that before getting a vaccine, you should get some tests done like sugar, BP and all, which you have clarified. So he or she is thanking you for the clarification and for your time. Thank you so much, Girish.
Okay.
Khushbu, you spoke in Hindi, you get a thumbs up. KS Mangla is saying, thanks, Dr. Khushbu.
That was a very bad attempt at talking in Hindi, but I will try.
Good attempt. And Amit ji कुछ कहना चाहते हैं. Amit ji कुछ कहना चाहते हैं, please.
मैं सिर्फ एक ही बात पूछना चाहता हूँ, क्या हम लोगों ने जैसे फर्स्ट वैक्सीन लगाई है, मैक्सिमम लोगों ने फर्स्ट वैक्सीन लगाई है, सेकंड वैक्सीन नहीं लगाई है, क्योंकि मैं बीच में थोड़ा ब्रेक हो गया था, तो मैं लीव हो गया था. तो इस बारे में मैं आपसे एक जानकारी चाहता हूँ कि जैसे हम लोगों ने फर्स्ट वैक्सीन लगी हुई है और सेकंड वैक्सीन लगनी अभी बाकी है, तो हम लोगों को क्या करना चाहिए?
आप कह रहे हैं कि Khushbu, you understood, please?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to understand his question. You're saying that you've gotten the first vaccine and you're waiting for the second vaccine. I think
Yes.
what you need to do is you need to have the same protocols in place where you are still social distancing. Okay, you're still washing your hands. You are still staying away from people, isolating if someone has COVID. You are not fully protected just yet, if that is your question. Only 2 weeks after your second vaccination, and be it whatever it may be, that whichever vaccine you're taking, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for you to reach the full potential of that specific vaccine. And I think Samar can also add to that.
No,
Thank you.
I agree. Unfortunately, you're not fully protected until 2 weeks after the second dose. It's most likely not dangerous. There's no danger to you in the increased duration, but you can't consider yourself fully protected, unfortunately.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Amit ji, आपका क्वेश्चन आंसर हुआ? कुछ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन अगर आपके माइंड में हो, प्लीज.
सर, वो रेमडेसिविर के बारे में असल में जब मनकोड़ी जी बात कर रहे थे तब वो मैं उस टाइम में कनेक्शन बहुत पुअर था तो निकल गया था. तो मुझे सिर्फ यही मालूम करना है कि रेमडेसिविर जो हम लोगों के इंडिया में इतना सब कुछ रेमडेसिविर के लिए हाय हल्ला मचा है, मतलब जितना आप सोच सकते हैं उससे कई गुना ज्यादा हम लोगों को परेशानियां झेलनी पड़ी है रेमडेसिविर के लिए. तो आज रेमडेसिविर की जो स्थिति है, आज कहीं कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है. तो ऐसा क्या था रेमडेसिविर के लिए जो इतना सब कुछ हुआ?
I think this would be the question for the Indian colleagues. I don't know if the supply of remdesivir increased or if the number of patients decreased that are requiring remdesivir. But what I can tell you about remdesivir that I said earlier as well is that remdesivir has shown in patients who are using oxygen, normal oxygen, to shorten the course of the disease, shorten hospitalization. It has not shown to save lives. That is the essence of it.
Thank you.
There is one question, I just want from Dr. Harshvardhan Pant, and welcome Dr. Pant, and Dr. Pant, Harsh has really helped us, in organizing this. So thank you, Harsh. And he has a question. He's a dentist. Will annual or booster dose of COVID-19 vaccine be needed? How long will the vaccine immunity last?
Samar, you want to take that?
Sure. No idea. You remember that the study's only completed. It has only been 5-6 months since we've been vaccinating wide population, even in US and other places. So it's a good question. We don't know. We think vaccine immunity most likely for other similar coronaviruses, vaccine immunity lasts from 1 to 3 years. If there continue to be mutations right now, all of the vaccine companies are studying the possibility, unfortunately, of annual booster doses, but not certain yet.
Thank you so much.
Robindra ji,
any other question?
I think Mr. Vijay Singh Bora has asked the same question 2 or 3 times. If we can answer him.
Yeah, sure, please. If you can read it, I'm trying to track the question. Samar, if you can please help us out, sir. What was the question?
He asked the question at the beginning, ke isne high sugar hai, his sugar is 275. Is it safe to get? Yes.
Yes,
Kush, do you want to take that? I mean, I can answer also that yes. I think
this gentleman has high blood sugar, and after eating food, his sugar level goes. He's saying 275, right? So the question is that can he take a vaccine? Is that right, Samar?
Yes.
And yes. He should talk to his doctor about better controlling his sugar, but this has nothing to do with vaccine. Actually, if his sugar is not controlled, the vaccine is इसमें और फायदा है.
Oh, thank you so much. विजय सिंह बोरा जी, तो डॉक्टर समर, डॉक्टर खुशबू का ये कहना है कि आपको डेफिनेटली इनफैक्ट वैक्सीन लेनी चाहिए, बट ऑफ कोर्स अपने डॉक्टर से बात करके और अपनी शुगर कंट्रोल करनी चाहिए, बट वैक्सीन आपको लेनी चाहिए, right?
Yeah, they're mutually exclusive. Meaning vaccine needs to be taken, sugar needs to be controlled. They are not interacting.
ग्रेट. ये दोनों एकदम अलग अलग चीजें हैं. वैक्सीन आपको लेना जरूरी है और शुगर को आपको लोअर करना जरूरी है. दोनों अलग अलग हैं, दोनों इंटरैक्ट नहीं करती apparently. Thanks. Okay, there is a question on, it's like academic question quickly, if I can take it. Meanwhile, Kalpana ji, aap dekhiye any other questions. The question I have is from a researcher. He's saying we have options of 2 vaccines in India. One is Covaxin, which is a killed virus vaccine. The other is Covishield and Sputnik, which are targeting the spike protein of the virus. His question is that which path is better? A killed vaccine comprised of a whole virus antigen, or a vaccine which targets spike protein of COVID-19? It's a research question, or perhaps.
Yeah.
Samar, go ahead.
So it's a very good question. I wish we knew the answer. Unfortunately, the answer is that Covaxin, made in India by Bharat Pharmaceuticals, and Sputnik 5, made in Russia, have not made all of their trial data public. So it's very difficult to compare them one against the other. The reports that they've given, they all seem to be safe, and they seem to give between 60 to 80% protection. But we have many vaccines that are protein targets and many vaccines that are killed viruses. They both work in principle, but I don't think we have any. I don't know of any data showing which one is better than the other, because not all the vaccine manufacturers have given their data out.
Thank you so much, Samar. And may I, now, I mean, one of the...
A small question, please. Very important question. A small baby of 6 months only lost the smell. What to do? The parents' question has come to my message box. The small 6-month baby lost the smell because smell का उनको पता चला होगा कुछ उन्होंने सुनाया होगा. This is the question from the parents. What to do?
I'm a fully adult physician. I do not want to even hazard a guess. What I can do is, if Robin will give me your number, we can forward it to one of our pediatrics friends and answer that question for you.
Yeah, Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Khushbu. Thanks a lot.
In fact, I want to add something, Robin. जो लोग ये लोग आप इनको बताइएगा मनकोटी जी, 5 जून को हम लोग एक और ऐसा टाउन हॉल कर रहे हैं जो खाली बच्चों के डॉक्टर के स्पेशलिस्ट हैं, तो उनको बोलिएगा जरूर उसमें पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे और उनके और भी जैसे सवाल होंगे उसमें भी ये सॉल्व कर देंगे.
यस डॉक्टर, मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा,
हाँ जी,
लोग अगली वेव में जैसे कल्पना मैम बता रही हैं, दे आर वेरी पैनिक्ड for the third wave about the children. The parents are really very panicked. We pray God it should not come. The third wave should not come.
And we have phenomenal physicians that are waiting to help, for pediatrics. They're absolutely, they're of very high caliber, intensivists, infectious diseases, public health. So I think all the questions that they will have for the pediatric population, for the kids, will be answered very well. And Samar may have some insight into this as well. So let me let Samar talk.
Yeah, no, we should. I agree, Mr. Mankoti. We can definitely connect you with some friends for that individual case. The good news is, until now, children, especially those young children, most of them do very fine with COVID. And if they get infected, almost all of them recover beautifully, and only a very small fraction have complications. Of course, I 100% understand everybody is very worried about third wave. Yes. And for that reason, we should have a talk with pediatric experts. But in the case you described, young 6-month who otherwise is fine, breathing fine, everything, only just appetite is down because something with smell, those children, they should see a doctor if they're worried, but that does not sound very concerning to me.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sam.
Thank you, Dr. Mankoti, and Mr. Mankoti, Dr. Samar, Dr. Khushbu. I think we got to now almost wrap up. This is getting to be an interesting conversation. We are much thankful of the time of all the panelists and all the viewers जो श्रोतागण देख भी रहे हैं उनके वक्त के लिए भी. अभी भी कुछ questions बाकी है, उनको एक आध को शायद हम ले लेंगे. But I'll want to move to the wrap-up rounds because both I think Dr. Khushbu and Dr. Samar would have to kind of carry on with their next scheduling, etc. So on behalf of all of us, I think I'll just put a tentative thanks. But Kalpana, would you want to add something before we get into wrap-up?
I really want to thank the two doctors, Dr. Khushbu, Dr. Samar, and even Dr. Mapwal. We are getting such beautiful reviews और इनफैक्ट डॉक्टर मटवाल को तो मुझे लगता है आपको इनकी टीम में हो जाना चाहिए अब तो, ही
बिल्कुल
should be a regular kind of a thing. So it's very
Absolutely.
good.
I think he needs to join our team. He's given us phenomenal information and we're going to learn a lot from him. So we're absolutely open to that.
इनका इतना एक्सपीरियंस है डॉक्टर मकवाल का सिंस द बिगनिंग ऑफ कोविड इन इंडिया, तो मैं तो कभी मजाक में भी बोलता हूँ और बहुत सीरियस भी हूँ इनफैक्ट दैट उसके लिए कि WHO शुड कॉल हिम ओवर देयर, क्योंकि उनका इतना सा एक्सपीरियंस है, हिज एक्सपीरियंस शुड बी यूटिलाइज्ड ओवर देयर, या worldwide.
We
And
would
you
love
know,
to pick his brain. Absolutely.
and you know, a special thanks a few Robin, before we wind up, मैं कुछ लोगों को special thanks देना चाहती हूँ, जैसे
Oh yes.
Gaurav could not join in, but Gaurav's City Pithoragarh has really helped. Abhinav Goyal, you know, part of our team who's really worked behind Abhinav Goyal, and also, you know, Adya Singh. She is associated with Himalayan Conclave. I really want to thank them, and Dr. Harsh also. And I really want to thank Mr. Mankoti ji, क्योंकि आपके बिना तो ये हो ही ना पाता।
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My
और भी
pleasure
करेंगे।
and my honor.
Thank you.
To be here with all dignitaries.
And one more thing I want to add, Robin, more than 1,024 people.
Yeah, very nice.
nice. So really good.
डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन की बात कह रहे हैं, डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन का भी क्वेश्चन आया था यहाँ पर, वो कह रहे हैं कि ये जो वैक्सीन लग रही हैं, देयर शुड बी अ बूस्टर डोज आल्सो।
वो उनका क्वेश्चन हो गया, उनका हो गया
था एक्चुअली, आई वाज अवे, राइट, ओके, डन।
Sure.
चलो, let's wait.
So, okay, so I mean, comments coming in, great session. Thank you, Varun ji. Dipanshu is asking about black fungus. Dipanshu, I'm sorry, this question about black fungus and all has been covered already. But the issue is with black fungus, just try and prevent. I'm sorry, we cannot go into it now because we've run out of time. But ये black fungus, yellow fungus का अच्छा discussion हुआ था बीच में. Voyage and Clicks is saying,
is this a videotape so that they can hear it? Maybe if they have the questions, they can go back and listen to it.
Yeah, we will be putting a video of this. Absolutely, yes. There'll be a video of this. It will be shared with all of these folks. That's a great point. So yes. So Dipanshu ji, sorry, Mr. Dipanshu
Bhatt is the president of Chemist Rudraprayag.
Yeah, okay, and we will share with you so you can listen to the discussion and the portion on black fungus, yellow, white. You can take the, you know, whatever has been discussed there. Thank you, Dr. Khushbu, for reminding. And of course, for the viewers, for the audiences, yes, this video will be put up as YouTube on our Imagine India page, but at the same time, Mr. Mankoti, Dr. Makwal को भी हम share करेंगे, Indian Red Cross के साथ, डॉक्टर अंसारी के साथ, मिस्टर अमित गर्ग जो जनरल सेक्रेटरी हैं उनके साथ, so that they can share it with anybody else if they're interested. Now, if that is more or less there, I think once again I will say our thanks to our outreach partners, especially again coming back to the Chemists Association, the Indian Red Cross Society of Uttarakhand State, the Himalaya Collective, which is a bunch of non-profit organizations doing a lot of work up in the hills in remote tier 2, tier 3 towns. Adya Singh is a founder, co-founder of that, as well as, you know, the City Pithoragarh, of which Gaurav Rodial and other colleagues are there. So thank them so much. And of course, as Kalpana said, and of course, huge thanks to Kalpana. Without her, this would not have happened at all. And also Manoj Pandey, by the way, who helped us with the conversion of the English into the Hindi flyers, which we wanted to make it bilingual. So thank you so much, Manoj Pandey ji. And of course, our folks, Abhinav Goyal, very much thank you so much, Abhinav, for helping us out on the tech side, being on the standby कि अगर हमें कुछ crisis हो रहा था WhatsApp पे या StreamYard पे to help us out. Thank you so much. A shout out to Prasoon Sharma, Prasoon of the US India Political Action Committee, and also my colleague at the Imagine India Institute. Prasoon, thank you for helping us to set out the trial sessions today. And I may be missing so many other people. But that said, first and foremost, our topmost thanks to Dr. Samar Mehta and Dr. Khushbu Chokshi for taking our time, for being committed. You know, this is the third town hall, ये तीसरा town hall है जो ये doctors कर रहे हैं, और इन्होंने inspire करा है अपने और colleagues को. तो जून 5th को जो बच्चों वाले चाइल्ड स्पेशलिस्ट डॉक्टर्स के साथ हो रहा है टाउन हॉल, वो इन्हीं के कोलीग्स हैं, इन्हीं के फ्रेंड्स हैं, whom they are encouraging to participate and contribute. So huge shout
Thank
out
you.
and a thank you goes to Dr. Samar and Dr. Khushbu for participating, and of course the audiences जिन्होंने प्रश्न पूछे. We really hope कि हम कुछ छोटा सा आपके लिए आंसर, कुछ आपको सुकून मिल पाया हो. That's एक तरह से इस सेशन के जरिए हम थोड़ा सुकून, थोड़ा सा लर्निंग ही दे सकते हैं. तो I hope we were able to do it. This is Madhav Joshi saying, I'm just saying, I'm sorry.
He's the president of Uttakasi Chemist. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Madhav Joshi,
Yeah.
thanks all.
Indian
Madhav,
Red
Vice
Cross.
Chairman, Indian Red Cross Uttarkashi. Thank you so
In
much.
the interior district of
Sure, yes, to
Uttarakhand.
all of us.
Yeah.
So that being said, now with all our thanks, I think we are now we are closing the session. So I'm going to end the broadcast now. Thank you all very much.
Thank
This
you.
broadcast
Thank
is
you